Today we're going to talk about unintentional noncompliance. Compliance failures are not always the result of neglect or indifference. More often, they happen in schools that care deeply about doing the right thing, but face complex systems, evolving regulations, and limited time. In this short session, we'll unpack why lapses happen, what they look like, and most importantly, how to fix them. Hi, I'm Amy, one of the co-founders of Campus Integrity Group. My partner Amber and I share weekly videos on relevant topics, all focused on one main thing, student safety. You can visit our Learning Hub on our website to view 11 other videos addressing multiple issues that districts commonly face. And this video library continues to grow, so check back often. Today, I'm going to talk about unintentional noncompliance. The paradox: how can great schools fall short? Well, even the strongest cultures can have weak points. A school might have excellent teachers, caring leaders, and engaged families, yet still fall out of compliance because the systems behind the people aren't up to date. There are a few reasons why districts end up non-compliant without knowing it. Time pressure, staff turnover, confusing rules, and fragmented systems. Administrators and staff juggle a multitude of competing priorities. Between changing laws, new mandates, and daily fires to put out, it's easy for compliance to slip through the cracks. The challenge is not motivation, it's bandwidth. It's not neglect, it's overload. Gaps in compliance most often stem from capacity, not character. These are the most common areas where we see problems start. When we talk about noncompliance, it's important again to remember it's rarely intentional. Most gaps form quietly over time through misunderstanding, turnover, or systems that haven't kept pace with changing expectations. Complex laws. Federal and state regulations like Title IX, Title VI, and Faith's Law can be dense and constantly evolving. Even experienced administrators can misinterpret what's required or assume that close enough meets the standard. Policy does not always equal compliance. Having a written policy doesn't guarantee it's being followed in practice. The real test is how staff respond when a situation arises. That's where inconsistencies tend to surface. Outdated training. Staff turnover, limited time, and one-size-fits-all sessions leave many unsure of their exact responsibilities. Without regular role-specific refreshers, even strong teams can drift off course. And website issues. Missing coordinator names, broken links, or buried grievance procedures can quietly put a district out of compliance, even if everything else is in place. And internal bias. When familiar faces investigate sensitive matters, neutrality can be compromised, or at least appear to be. And objectivity is critical for credibility. Missed red flags. Warning signs are often subtle. A vague comment, boundary blurring behavior, or a pattern that only becomes clear over time. Recognizing those early cues can prevent harm and strengthen trust. Compliance is not always intuitive. Laws like Title IX, mandated reporting, and civil rights statutes are complex, and even experienced teams can misinterpret what's required. School leaders sometimes assume their policies are close enough, but as we know, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. When it comes to student safety or due process, close does not count. Misunderstanding a definition, timeline, or reporting step can lead to real consequences. Your policy on paper needs to match your practice in action. Most districts have policies that look perfect on paper, which is a great start. But the real question is whether they're being followed with consistency and neutrality. When investigations are not carried out correctly, those policies lose their power. And this is especially true when concerns are not reported. Again, not intentionally, but from confusion. To put it simply, one-time trainings or generic overused slide decks just don't cut it anymore. Teachers, coaches, support staff, vendors, volunteers, they all need role-specific, scenario-based guidance, which are refreshed regularly so they can recognize red flags and act quickly. We strongly suggest that you treat your website as a legal document. Many schools fall short online without even knowing it. Outdated or incomplete websites can violate legal posting requirements and confuse students and families looking for help or clarity. Your info on your website, which should be readily visible and available, should be a Title IX coordinator contact and their information, grievance procedures, and your school's non-discrimination statement. Internal investigations can create the appearance or the reality of bias. Avoid conflicts of interest. Familiar faces can create blind spots. That's why external investigators bring neutrality, objectivity, and credibility, especially in sensitive or high-risk cases. When staff don't know what to do with ambiguous information, early warning signs are missed, and that's when patterns of grooming or boundary violations can grow unchecked. Keep in mind, students barely disclose misconduct directly, and clues can be subtle or scattered across multiple staff. These gray areas are dangerous gaps. So, how do schools close these compliance gaps? You need to turn awareness into action. Conduct a compliance audit. Update and personalize your staff training. Review your website for accuracy. Use external investigators when needed, and create clear response protocols. These steps do not have to be complicated. A structured audit and updated training plan can dramatically reduce risk while showing your community that student safety comes first. At Campus Integrity Group, we partner with schools nationwide to uncover hidden vulnerabilities before they lead to harm, legal consequences, or regulatory intervention. We can assist with your internal investigations or conduct investigations start to finish on your behalf. We can review your policies and recommend solutions to any issues affecting your compliance and prevention strategies. Amber and I have conducted over 2,500 investigations into staff on student sexual misconduct or serious boundary violations, while using data to aid in creating accurate and up-to-date prevention efforts and compliance. We bring that real-world experience to your district. Our mission is simple: safer schools through transparency, accountability, and trust. Remember, compliance does not have to feel overwhelming. With the right support, schools can stay compliant and keep their focus on what matters most, the students. So contact us today and let's get started. We've reached the conclusion of our video. Amber and I thank you for watching and hope this helps you recognize your compliance gaps and how to fix them. Our most recent blog has even more helpful information, so check it out. And again, thank you for joining us.